Hey, what's up, guys? All right, here we go. Let's jump in. He is right on schedule.
Because of this pandemic. A year ago, we were hit with a virus that was met with silence and spread unchecked. Denials for days, weeks, then months. That led to more deaths, more infections, more stress, and more loneliness. Photos and videos from 2019 feel like they were taken in another era. The last vacation, the last birthday with friends, the last holiday with extended family. While it was different for everyone, we all lost something. A collective suffering, a collective sacrifice. A year filled with the loss of life and the loss of living for all of us. But in the loss, we saw how much there was to gain in appreciation, respect, and gratitude. Finding light in the darkness is a very American thing to do. In fact, it may be the most American thing we do. And that's what we've done. We've seen frontline and essential workers risking their lives, sometimes losing them, to save and help others. Researchers and scientists racing for a vaccine. And so many of you, as Hemingway wrote, being strong in all the broken places. I know it's been hard. I truly know. As I've told you before, I carry a card in my pocket with the number of Americans who have died from COVID to date. It's on the back of my schedule. As of now, total deaths in America, 527,726. That's more deaths than in World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, and 9/11 combined. There were husbands, wives, sons and daughters, grandparents, friends, neighbors, young and old. They leave behind loved ones, unable to truly grieve or to heal, even to have a funeral. But I'm also thinking about everyone else who lost this past year.
Hey, guys, just want to say thanks for tuning in right now. So we got Joe Biden live. We had a little tech issue early on, but we're on now. We're going to have some fun watching this first Biden speech. So throw your comments in the chat. I'll respond to them there. I'll put them up on screen. Let's see what Joe's right now. Joe's talking about pandemic and all the lives that were sadly lost to this pandemic. So let's go ahead and jump in.
Sorry, I lost my job. Can't be here anymore. Like my dad told me when he lost his job in Scranton. So many of you had to make that same walk this past year. You lost your job. You closed your business. Facing eviction, homelessness, hunger, a loss of control.
All right, hey guys, looks like the feed is having some issues. I don't think that's from me. Here we go. It looks like their feed is having some problems here, so we can chat about it in the meantime. So it looks like Joe's starting out talking about the pandemic, lives that were lost. Now he's talking about jobs as well. So let's try refreshing this. So I'm going to take you to my view. Let's try refreshing this real quick and seeing if that helps us here. Here we go. Oh, maybe not.
The things we used to do.
Here we go.
That always filled us with joy.
All right, so I'm not sure what's going on with the feed.
We've turned against one another.
There we go.
A mask, the easiest divides us. States pitted against one another instead of working with each other.
Here we go.
Vicious hate crimes against been attacked, harassed, blamed, and scapegoated. At this very moment, so many of them, our fellow Americans, they're on the front lines of this pandemic trying to save lives. And still, they're forced to live in fear for their lives just walking down streets in America. It's wrong, it's un-American, and it must stop. Look, we know what we need to do to beat this virus. Tell the truth. Follow the scientists and the science. Work together. Put trust and faith in our government to fulfill its most important function, which is protecting the American people. No function more important. We need to remember the government isn't some foreign force in a distant capital. No, it's us, all of us. We the people. For you and I, that America thrives when we give our hearts, when we turn our hands to common purpose. And right now, my friends, we're doing just that. And I have to say, as your president, I'm grateful to you. Last summer, I was in Philadelphia and I met a small business owner, a woman. I asked her, I said, "What do you need most?" Never forget what she said to me. She said, looking me in the eye, she said, "I just want the truth. The truth. Just tell me the truth." Think of that. My fellow Americans, you're owed nothing less than the truth. And for all of you asking when things will get back to normal, here is the truth. The only way to get our lives back, to get our economy back on track, is to beat the virus. You've been hearing me say that for while I was running and the last 50 days I've been president. But this is one of the most complex operations we've ever undertaken as a nation in a long time. That's why I'm using every power I have as President of the United States to put us on a war footing to get the job done. Sounds like hyperbole, but I mean it, a war footing. And thank God we're making some real progress now. In my first full day in office, I outlined for you a comprehensive strategy to beat this pandemic. We've spent every day since attempting to carry it out. 2 months ago, this country didn't have nearly enough vaccine supply to vaccinate all or ever near all of the American public. But soon we will. We've been working with vaccine manufacturers, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, to manufacture and purchase hundreds of millions of doses of these 3 safe, effective vaccines. And now, at the direction and with the assistance of my administration, Johnson & Johnson is working together with a competitor, Merck, to speed up and increase the capacity to manufacture new Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is one shot. In fact, just yesterday, I announced, and I met with the CEOs of both companies, I announced our plan to buy an additional 100 million doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccines. These 2 companies, competitors, have come together for the good of the nation, and they should be applauded for it. It's truly a national effort.
So, guys, nothing really that novel or that exciting or crazy going on here. Joe's been talking about the vaccines. I wanted to see if he would give Trump some credit for the vaccine, since you know that kind of happened under his presidency. Let's keep watching.
1,000 of vaccinators to put the vaccine in one's arm. Calling active duty military, FEMA, retired doctors and nurses, administrators, and those to administer the shots. And we've been creating more places to get the shots. We've made it possible for you to get a vaccine at nearly any one of 10,000 pharmacies across the country, just like you get your flu shot. We're also working with governors and mayors in red states and blue states to set
Reva
up and
says Joe
support
looks
nearly
dead.
600
At least half dead.
federally supported vaccination centers that administers hundreds of thousands of shots per day. You can drive up to a stadium or a large parking lot, get your shot, never leave your car.
So we were gonna try to play some drinking games here, but I got on late, so I don't know if we can start them. But it's very interesting stuff here. Very interesting. Joe is just so charismatic here. Hey, Greg Z, Bitcoin. I agree, man. I've done some good videos on Bitcoin.
To meet you where you live, so those who are least able to get the vaccine are able to get it. We continue to work on making at-home testing available. And we've been focused on serving people in the hardest hit communities of this pandemic: Black, Latino, Native American, and rural communities. So what does all this add up to? When I took office 50 days ago, only 8% of the Americans, after months, only 8% of those over the age of 65 had gotten their first vaccination.
Come on, Joe. They just started rolling it out.
That number is 65%.
I love it.
Just 14% of Americans over the age of 75 50 days ago had gotten their first shot. Today, that number is well over 70%. With new guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, that came out on Monday, it means simply this: millions and millions of grandparents who went months without being able to hug their grandkids can now do so.
Come on.
As more people are fully vaccinated, the CD will continue to provide additional guidance on what you can do in the workplace, places of worship with your friends, as well.
Did you guys really need the CDC to tell you that you can see your family? Come on now. Guys, I got a special guest here that's hanging out with me to watch this today, and that is how old are you now? My 6-year-old. Here he is. Yeah. Baron, come in here so they can see you. Where are you?
I don't know why I'm not in the camera for some reason.
There he is. Yeah, all right, so let's watch.
We're going to beat that goal.
Can kind of get
because we've actually on track to reach this goal of 100 million shots in arms on my 60th day in office. No other country in the world has done this.
Okay, let's get
None.
him.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the next steps we're thinking about. First, tonight, I'm announcing that I will direct all states, tribes, and territories to make all adults, people 18 and over, eligible to be vaccinated no later than May 1. Let me say that again. All adult Americans will be eligible to get a vaccine no later than May 1.
I don't think you can see it, but I do have a YouTube channel myself.
That's much earlier than expected.
Let's watch.
Let me be clear. That doesn't mean everyone's going to have that shot immediately, but it means you'll be able to get in line beginning May 1. Every adult will be eligible to get their shot. And to do this, we're going to go from 1 million shots a day that I promised in December, before I was sworn in, to beating our current pace of 2 million shots a day, outpacing the rest of the world. Secondly, at the time when every adult is eligible in May,
that's a good comment.
We will launch, with our partners, new tools to make it easier for you to find the vaccine and where to get the shot, including a new website that will help you first find the place to get vaccinated and the one nearest you. No more searching day.
All right, guys, so we kind of figured that he would start out talking about the pandemic, the vaccine. Of course, he's going to get into, I'm assuming, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that was just passed. I'm excited to hear him talk about that. By the way, that package has mostly nothing to do with the pandemic, so that's going to be really interesting. But guys, do me a favor, since we did have some technical difficulties, if you're here right now, give me a thumbs up so YouTube shows this to more people and gets this pushed out there. All right, let's keep listening.
At the same time, about 100 million shots of opening a majority of K through 8 schools in my first 100 days in office.
Not in California.
This is going to be the #1 priority of my new Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona. Fourth, in the coming weeks, we will issue further guidance on what you can and cannot do once fully vaccinated.
Jason, exactly.
To lessen the confusion, to keep people safe.
What's the confusion?
More
if you're vaccinated, do whatever the heck you want.
And finally,
isn't that what the purpose of the vaccine is?
Maybe most importantly, I promise I will do everything in my power. I will not relent until we beat this virus. But I need you, the American people. I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you. I need you to get vaccinated when it's your turn and when you can find an opportunity. And to help your family, your friends, your neighbors get vaccinated as well. Because here's the point. If we do all this, if we do our part, if we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout or a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. That doesn't mean large events with lots of people together, but it does mean small groups will be able to get together. After this long, hard year, that will make this Independence Day something truly special, where we not only mark our independence as a nation, but we begin to mark our independence from this virus. But to get there, we can't let our guard down. This fight is far from over. As I told the woman in Pennsylvania, I'll tell you the truth. July 4th with your loved ones.
Man, Joe is not all there, guys.
But a lot can happen. Conditions can change. The scientists have made clear that things may get worse again.
Yes,
new variants of the
Why
virus
is he still
spread.
fear-mongering? It's like crazy to me.
We've got work to do to ensure that everyone has confidence in the safety and effectiveness of all 3 vaccines. So my message to you is this. Listen to Dr. Fauci, one of the most distinguished and trusted voices in the world.
He's been wrong on almost everything.
He's assured us the vaccines are safe. They underwent rigorous scientific review. I know they're safe. Vice President Harris and I know they're safe. That's why we got the vaccine publicly in front of cameras.
Yeah, guys, my apologies. This speech is exceptionally boring, but this is what we're getting.
First lady, the second gentleman.
Do you guys miss Trump already? You guys miss Trump's exciting speeches or what?
I do.
Baron misses Trump.
I definitely do.
We need everyone to get vaccinated.
Baron, I like your hair, buddy.
We need
Get in here.
everyone to keep washing their hands.
I came a little bit late
Stay
because
socially
I had
distanced.
to get my hair done.
Keep
Oh, okay, cool.
wearing the mask
It's all
as
wet.
recommended by the CDC.
I love how
Because
we have
even
a
if we
bathroom.
devote every resource we have,
Okay, now you can get in.
beating this virus and getting
There
back
we
to
go.
normal depends on national unity. And national unity isn't just how politics and politicians vote in Washington,
Trying to get into this.
what the loudest voices say on cable or online.
There we go.
Unity is what we do together as fellow Americans. Because if we
Unless
stay
you don't
vigilant
agree with the left,
and the conditions change,
then it's not
then we
unity.
may have to reinstate restrictions to get back on track.
Come on, man.
Please, we don't want to do that.
Fear-mongering.
We've made so much progress.
You know what fear-mongering is,
This is
Baron?
not the time to let up.
Like scaring people for no reason.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just as we were emerging from a dark winter
Baron knows, he's 6.
into a hopeful spring and summer is not the
I
time
thought Rosemary was just
to
like
not
Trump.
stick with the
That's
rules.
right.
I'll close with this. We've lost so much over the last year.
Close with this. You're not going to talk about
We've
the
lost family and friends.
relief bill?
We've lost businesses and dreams we spent years building. We've lost time with each other. And our children have lost so much time
Hey,
with their
Maxim.
friends, time with their schools.
Chase.
No graduation ceremonies this
Very nice.
spring.
Very
No
nice.
graduations from college, high school, moving up ceremonies.
This fear-mongering
No,
really
something
drives me
else we
nuts.
lost.
Yeah.
It's so
We lost faith in whether our
unnecessary.
government and our democracy
The
can deliver
Joker.
on really hard things for the American people. But as I stand here tonight,
Hey, what's up, Perry? Yeah, I'm
proving
waiting
once
for him to
again
talk about
something
the.
I've
I'm
said
waiting for him to
time
talk
and
about
time
the
again
relief
to
bill.
them, probably tired of hearing me say it. I say it to foreign leaders and domestic alike. It's never, ever a good bet to bet against the American people. America is coming back. The development, manufacture, and distribution of vaccines in record time is a true miracle of science.
What's up, Anthony? Maybe past his
It's one of the
bedtime.
most extraordinary achievements any country has ever accomplished. We also just saw the Perseverance rover land on Mars. Stunning
Jason,
images.
He's not donating that
of our dreams
like
that are now
the past
reality.
president did.
Another
The last
example of the
president.
extraordinary American ingenuity, commitment, and belief in science and one another. And today, I signed into law the American Rescue Plan.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's hear about
An
this.
historic piece of legislation that delivers immediate relief to millions of
Hey,
people.
super chat.
Includes $1,400 in direct rescue checks.
Okay, let's listen to this. I want to hear this.
That means a typical family of four earning about $110,000 will get checks for $5,600 deposited if they have direct deposit or in a check, a treasury check. It extends unemployment benefits. It helps small businesses
Super
lower
chat.
healthcare payments for many.
I always find
Provides
this one funny.
food and nutrition, keeps families in their homes, and it will cut child poverty in this country in half, according to the experts.
Okay, so this is what I want to hear about. I want to hear about the stimulus. We'll talk about the
Funds
stimulus
all
package
the steps
for sure.
I've just described to beat the virus and create millions of jobs. In the coming weeks and months, I'll be traveling along with the First Lady, the Vice President, the Second Gentleman, members of my cabinet, to speak directly to you, to tell you the truth about how the American Rescue Plan meets the moment.
Here we guys,
And
we
if
have
it
more people
fails in
joining
any
us.
phase,
Thank
I
you
will
for being here.
acknowledge
Give
that
us a
it
thumbs
failed,
up if you're
but
here.
it will not.
Say hello in the chat.
About how after long,
We're
dark
reacting
years,
to Biden's speech, and then we're going
one
to talk
whole
about it
year,
afterwards.
And we also have a
there is
special
hope
guest.
and light of better days ahead.
Yep.
If we all do our part, this country will be vaccinated soon. Our economy will be on the mend. Our kids will be back in school. And we'll have proven once again that this country can do anything, hard things, big things, important things. Over a year ago,
He's
no
kind
one
of
could have
putting me to sleep.
imagined what we were about to go through.
Same. Yeah.
But now
Talk so slow.
we're coming through it. And it's a shared experience
Yes.
that binds us together as a nation. We are bound together by the loss and the pain of the days that have gone by. We're also
Thank you,
bound
Chase.
together
Thank you,
by
Chase.
the hope and the possibilities.
Super chat.
My fervent prayer for our country
You're
is
gonna
that
be
after
funny.
all we've been through, we'll come together as one people, one nation, one America. I believe we can and we will. We're
Putting me to
seizing
bed.
this moment. And history, I believe, will record.
Look what
We
Anthony.
faced and overcame one of the toughest and darkest periods in this nation's history.
Waiting me to play with
Darkest
Fortnite
we've ever
with
known.
them.
I promise you,
See,
We'll
man,
come
you're a
out
good
strong.
special guest, dude.
with a renewed faith in ourselves,
There you go.
Mine
renewed
is,
commitment to one another, to our communities and to our country. This is the United States of America. And there's nothing, from the bottom of my heart I believe this, there's nothing we can't do when we do it together. So God bless you all. And please, God, give solace to all those people who lost someone. And may God protect our troops. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I look forward to
Questions?
seeing you.
Any questions? Well, no questions. That's about all we got. Wow.
all I'm gonna say is that he says that he's gonna open up. Yeah, maybe in like 2030.
That's all we got? Man. Wow. Okay, so I don't think he's going to take questions, so we're going to get away from this feed, guys, and we're going to talk about... Yeah, that's it.
Tonight he struck a hopeful tone at
Hopeful tone? I didn't want to watch that. Okay, let's go back to this. All right, guys, so... First of all, I want to thank you guys for being here. If you missed the beginning, we had a few technical difficulties, but we did get the stream rolling. And I have my special guest here, my 6-year-old. Introduce yourself.
I'm Baron.
That's right. So this is Baron. And Baron has way more energy, of course, than Joe, because that was pretty awful.
Yeah, like every day I'm if I'm not talking with my friends, I'm either dancing, running really fast, or doing parkour.
So let's go with some comments, guys. So we got Revo said that was the worst thing I've witnessed all year. Guys, I got to tell you, that was not only was that boring and like the lowest energy I've ever seen from a leader. That was really bad. Yeah, Anthony, did you catch that? Someone was saying right afterwards that Joe came out with a hopeful tone. I mean, Joe virtually put me to sleep. Oh, just checking my microphone. Joe virtually put me to sleep there. So let's quickly summarize what he talked about. I'll probably do a little summary video, but he came out talking about, of course, the pandemic and the lives that we lost. And what's so funny?
Rosemary said.
Oh, you're reading the comments.
Yeah, Rosemary said Biden sounded sick, and I put a picture of the mask, I think.
This one, you like that comment?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Hey, look at this. Just a Realtor said, what does that say?
Barron for Prez 2034.
So he actually can run for president. I cannot run for president. And the reason I can't run for president is, Barron, do you know why I can't run for president?
Because you're not from this country?
Because I wasn't born in the United States. That's right. I was born in Russia, so I can't run for president. But you can. Barron, someone said that you look like Tom Brady's son. I'm not going to go there because I don't know if my wife is watching, but I guess you never know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I know for sure. I was there. That's a pretty funny comment, though, Patty. That's really good. So anyhow, so he came out talking about the pandemic, and then he transitioned into talking about, of course, the stimulus. So as you guys might have seen, Biden signed the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Now, they billed this as a pandemic relief package. I'm not going to say the word because I think that YouTube will demonetize it. So the thing is that most of this relief package, though, guys, has absolutely nothing to do with the pandemic, unfortunately. It's really a bailout of states that are poorly run, like the one I live in, other states, a lot of industries that lost a lot of money that is related to the pandemic. But then there's so much in here that really has nothing to do with the pandemic. We're talking about, things like arts and humanities and all of these kinds of situations that really are not pandemic related, right? And then there's other industries that probably should have gotten some money, like gyms, people that were closed down, like, hey, I lost my business because of the pandemic. A lot of those people did not get money, which I think is a really sad thing. So I will do a video most likely tomorrow on the pandemic relief bill and the stimulus. $1,400, of course, to everyone who's eligible. Barron, you're a popular dude on this segment here. So here's what Anthony said. You want to read it?
Barron, Trump, and Barron Batsalkin in 2034.
That's right. You have the same name as Trump's son.
I actually do.
Yes, you do. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I do.
That's pretty good, Anthony. I like that. So, I mean, that was a pretty, I got to tell you, that was an extremely uneventful speech. I was really hoping for a lot more, although, I don't know, maybe I was way too optimistic because I don't know if Biden has a lot more to offer, really. And he didn't take any questions, which is not surprising, of course. He doesn't want to answer any real questions from the press. He hasn't the whole time he's been in office. He didn't have to answer them when he was running for president. Why would he have to answer them now? Chase Garner says Barron 2034 also. So Barron, you are a super popular dude today.
Yeah.
Should Barron join us on more videos? If you think he should, give me a thumbs up on this. Come on, guys, we got 10 likes. Let's bump that number up. Let's get some more. We did have some tech issues starting out the stream. So, guys, I honestly wish we could go longer. Love to hear your thoughts here and more stuff that you have. Dave, let's put this on. How long until Pelosi and Harris conspire to remove him? Yeah, I think that that's coming. And in fact, a lot of smart people think that that is coming at some point, that that they're going to try to really get rid of Biden and put Harris in. And yep, he won't remember his lines. That's right. So a really uneventful speech. For that to be his first public address, in front of the nation in prime time was, to me at least, extremely disappointing. Not charismatic, not very exciting, but that's Joe Biden. I mean, that's what you've always gotten. I don't think he's ever given a really great talk and hasn't really accomplished much. So, but 81 million votes, folks. 81 million votes.
Yeah, and also make sure to comment if you want me on this stream more streams.
There you go.
Because leaving a like, it also just shows that you like the stream, and we won't be able to tell if you just like the stream or if you want me more. So make sure to comment it. And also, I totally agree with Daddy. And also, like, he really transferred from a pandemic to vaccines. Like,
yes.
And he was also saying, like, that we're trying our best. When he can do it, he has the power to do it for his country. Just he thinks that it's safer, which it is, to do it slower. Just the thing is that he's doing it at a really slow pace, which isn't just making it even worse. He's making people wear masks, which really only protects other people and doesn't protect you. If anything, it'll make you get the virus because you're breathing in the same air. So the air can. So what if the air gets sick? It'll come back to you and you'll get the virus. Like if you get constant fresh air, you will be fine. So it's better if you don't wear a mask.
How do you know so much, Baron?
I just do. And also,
I just do.
And also, people who vote Biden, they only vote, half of the people who vote Biden, they don't vote Biden because they like him more. They vote Biden because they like him more than they hate Trump. So they vote Biden, which really only makes it so that more stuff is more expensive.
We do think that's what happened. Baron, that was pretty good, dude. Give me 5. That was a nice little speech there. He did talk about vaccines, so let's touch on vaccines a little bit. So a lot of Biden's speech that I didn't like is the fear-mongering, right? So the fear-mongering, which I explained to Baron earlier, is really unnecessary. Look, we're here and we have vaccines rolling out. We have, essentially summer coming when viruses in general go down. Oh, you're getting lots of likes. And we have herd immunity coming. So, there's no reason to fearmonger to the American people. And that was a lot of what that speech was, which is kind of sad because most people listen to that. Most people react to that, right? And so that is definitely not a good thing. I wish I could give you guys more, but there's really not much more to give. It was a pretty uneventful speech. Not much happened. And yes, Jason, look what Jason said, Baron. I almost called you an accent.
I am very sad. And also, I love how I think it's just a realitator said.
No, look what Jason said.
Yeah, Baron sad more than Joe.
Yeah.
I am more sad than Joe.
You said more than Joe on your speech just now.
Yeah.
And in a more exciting way, right?
Yeah, and also, it looks like just a realitator said he's going to be an amazing
I think he's talking about you.
Yeah. I don't really feel like being a prez, but if I'm really getting this much support, I might have to.
You might have to. That's right.
I mean, I love talking, which is true.
We could not tell that you like talking.
Yeah, I do. If I was a YouTube channel owner, I'd probably be speaking this whole entire stream.
Would you? No, I want to let him speak. And Jason also said great knowledge. Baron, you speak well. Thank you, Jason. He's definitely not my shy kid. Just a realtor also said this. Baron, read this comment. This comment right here. Also remember. Out loud. Amendment. Amendment. So the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. And yes, Joe is definitely taking on the gun rights, and the NRA is fighting back. A lot of lobbies are fighting back. That's one of the things he promised. So that's not something that's unexpected for sure. I think that's something that we knew was coming down the pipe with Joe Biden as president, and so it's not a good thing. I think states will definitely fight back. We'll see what happens with that for sure. We'll talk about that. And Anthony, this is a good one. So Baron, read this for me real quick.
Okay. Did you hear about the 3? Wait, I lost it.
Did you hear about the 3? Right here. You can read it on the screen. I put it on the screen.
Wait, but there's
oh, sorry. Now go ahead.
Did you hear about that 3 Congress stories closing in LA because of where'd it go?
Oh, sorry. Where'd it go? Right there. Read the rest.
Because of the hero pay. I don't even know that.
Yes.
The hero pay thoughts. Yeah.
I do. You're saying yes, you don't even know. Let me tell him what it is.
Yeah.
So I have heard about that.
I love how Maxim B was just like scientist Baron.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
So Anthony, yeah. So what that is, you guys, if you guys aren't familiar, during the pandemic, they mandated that grocery stores and other people pay frontline workers, like people that see clients, more. And so they basically increased the minimum wage or whatever the wage is for those people, I think by $2 an hour. And so some stores like Kroger said, well, we're not going to pay that. We can't pay it. And so we're just going to close the store. I think it's, my opinion is that is a huge overreach on the part of government. If you've been watching my videos, though, you know that I am for small government, less tax, less regulation. And so the government should only really interfere where they absolutely need to. To interfere in business and what businesses are paying people, I think is ridiculous. But then again, I'm not in favor of the high minimum wage or any of that kind of stuff. And so it's crazy. Yes. Okay, Dave. So this is I want to mention this, right? By the way, Rosemary, that is crazy, right? That,
yeah, I'm very sorry about that. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And Rosemary, thank you for everything that you've been doing during this time, for sure. And I agree with you. Like, if you're going to interfere anywhere, really, shouldn't it be like the frontline workers there, not grocery store people who are standing behind the plexiglass and all that good stuff. But that's what that was, and yeah, I don't agree with that at all. So Dave, this is a great point. So if you guys have seen the movie Contagion, that is the tagline in Contagion. And what's interesting is I saw that movie at the beginning of the pandemic last year. And the tagline is, nothing spreads like fear. And it's so true. I mean, if you look at Newsom's speeches, you look at Biden's speeches, they're fear-mongering constantly. Same thing with Fauci, always fear-mongering. 2 masks, 3 masks, all this kind of stuff. And it's just nonsense. I mean, I'm obviously not a fan of it. I think that, we as society, as people, have to see past that. I mean, half this speech was fear-mongering, and it's just ridiculous. Not a fan. And yes, Dave, for sure. They're letting in so many undocumented illegal aliens into the country and not testing those people and just letting them run free. It's just crazy. Just a Realtor. Yeah, it's a good movie, actually. I mean, given like what we're going through, what we've been through in the last year, I think it's pretty good. I think you'll like it. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, I think that's all we got because there's really not much more to say. Yeah. The speech was pretty uneventful. I think the star of the show today for sure was Baron.
Yeah, the only thing I have...
Okay, Baron, final thoughts.
Yeah, the only problem I have with Trump is that he just doesn't behave well. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like a speech with Trump and Biden.
The first debate.
Yeah, they were like, Trump just didn't behave well, but that doesn't matter. Like, if you're voting somebody, you don't need to worry about how they behave. You have to worry about what they're going to do to your country. Or even a governor, you got to worry about what they're going to do for your state. Or even a mayor, you got to like know what they're doing for your city so like you can stay in that city and have a good life. You can never stay at somewhere that's not your place. Like if like Trump was going to do something really bad, which he didn't. Like, if he behaves bad, that doesn't affect what he's going to do for your country. He should, like, there should have been more votes.
Look right here in this camera right there.
Yeah, because, like, Trump, he didn't even behave well. Like, he was interrupting and stuff. He did really good stuff for our country. So, he should have been elected. What I think is that people didn't understand that it doesn't matter how they behave. It matters what they're going to do. They were voting on who behaved better, which is, of course, Biden. But literally Trump, he made me really happy with what he did to our country, and he made me really happy.
Baron, I think those are great final thoughts, and I got to tell you, I think you said what you said is way better than what Joe Biden said.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? Look, this just proves, right? The one thing I want to share with you is, look, Baron's 6.
Yeah.
Just proves that, like, we can make objective comments like that. Like, hey, maybe Trump didn't behave well in that first debate, but We look at his policies, we look at what he did for the country, and we're happy with that. But most people, so Barron, let me tell you something. Most people, unfortunately, vote on emotion, right?
Yeah.
And not on facts. And a lot of the problem is the mainstream media, which says all these bad things and people listen to them, right?
Yeah.
And so it's pretty crazy. All right, Barron, you just got a really great comment from Anthony.
Yeah.
Read that one and we'll sign off on that note.
It's awesome that a young man like Barron is more knowledgeable than 81 mil people.
And mil is million, because that's how many
Yeah.
votes Biden got.
Yeah.
So Barron, you got a great comment.
Yeah. And also,
Thanks, Anthony.
He's
He's well read, this guy.
Trump, he was saying bad words, and he probably knows that kids like me are on his debate.
Most kids are not watching the debate.
Yeah, but he probably thinks that one or two are watching it. So he probably shouldn't be doing that.
So historically, Barron, I'm going to tell you why that happened. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So do we still have some people on? So I'm going to tell you guys what happened at the first debate. Really, we're talking about this, but I will. And by the way, just a realtor. Yeah. So the problem with the youth getting brainwashed now is that we have a huge issue with the curriculum in the schools. And by the way, for those of you guys who are parents, I highly encourage you to check and make sure you know what your schools are teaching your kids. They're putting all of this stuff into the curriculum that shouldn't be there, and that's a big problem. So what I was going to say, though, before that, now I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? The first debate. Sorry, the first debate. So the first debate. What happened at the first debate, guys? Incumbent presidents. Barron, you know what incumbent means?
No.
It's the person that's there before. So Trump was the president. He's the incumbent, okay?
Yes.
So incumbent presidents, guys, always perform poorly at the first debate. The reason why is that they've spent 4 years being president where everyone has basically been telling them that they're right and everything they're doing is great internally, not media, right? And so the problem is that in that first debate, the presidents always come in overconfident. They never really prepare that much. And they come in and they usually don't perform well. Usually, though, there's 2 more debates, right? And so it allows the incumbent president some time to make up for it. And in fact, in the second debate, Trump was fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I didn't get to watch too many of the debates.
You watched both of them, I believe. You watched the first one for sure.
Yeah, I think the first one, I watched a lot of it, but I think at the end part I left. But yeah, and also one thing I have to say is that, Trump, he didn't just do well with his country. He wanted to be the next president. He didn't want to save time to be a normal person, be a normal citizen to the country he used to rule. He
used to rule. He didn't rule.
Well, he was the president, so he had control of it.
That's right.
So, he didn't want to have time to be a normal person, maybe get a nice job. He wanted to be the next president. He wanted 4 more years.
Did you know he also donated his salary, so he worked for free? He did.
That's pretty nice.
He did. So so anyhow, guys, so what happened there was they canceled the second debate, and so it robbed Trump of another opportunity to really do well in front of the American people. And I think I definitely believe the first debate hurt him. The lack of a third debate definitely hurt him too. So lots of issues there. Dave, thanks for that comment as well. All right, guys. So Barron, let's say bye to everyone who's on, and let's thank them. Let's say thank you for being on today.
Bye. Thanks for being on the stream. We have 21 likes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And also, guys, just saying, I really wanted to be on streams way in the past. Just sometimes, one time I think I slept in. One time I forgot. Just a lot of, and one time when my dad promised, it got canceled.
We'll get you on more.
Yeah.
We'll get you on more.
And this one I finally got to do it. And I wish I was on the Newsom stream. That would be, because I didn't log on. I wanted that to be a really good stream, so we didn't use any Wi-Fi on that one. So yeah, but I wish I was on that stream. That'd be pretty fun.
So, hey, Jay, real quick before we go, Jason, I would tell you, don't give up on us yet, because I truly believe that, at the end of the day, even though the pendulum kind of swings both ways, we will come back to sanity in this country. I do believe we will come back to the right values and everything that people like you have done. So, thank you for your service for sure.
School's slowly opening.
Heather Cliff said you're a smart kid. Thank you. Bye. And guys, so we'll see you on the next one. Sorry that the actual speech was pretty uneventful, but hopefully Barron was able to entertain you afterwards. So
yeah.
All right, guys, we will see you on the next one. Thank you for being here.
On that speech.
I'm going to give you some applause for you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.